you were part of Redbridge, and this is something, quite interesting. I think a dynamic that's happening in Portugal that I think is really interesting, promising. You're seeing this cross-pollination of ideas,
Mm.
of trading, of sharing, of creativity. But it's something interesting, but it's nothing new. We've been doing this in Portugal for a long time. It
Mm.
was a global village,
Yeah.
and
Different names, but the base, the core was.
trading, yeah, rice instead of tech, and spices instead of nanotech or whatever the case is. But you're seeing this kind of Portugal in this interesting time of a lot of people coming here, a lot of people wanting to be part of. And you see it with a lot of people involved in these startups where they kind of come across to Portugal because, okay, they've heard that this is a place to come and do something interesting, but there's something else that ends up keeping them here. I heard it if you listen to the interview with the Redbridge guys, Andreas,
Mhm.
who's initially was like, okay, there's some really interesting investment opportunities, but the more that he visits, the more he falls in love with the country. I mean, what do you think is bringing people here besides the obvious, when we talk about startups? There's stuff that keeps people here. What do you think?
I think, of course, when people think about Portugal and when they research a little bit, the number one thing that, or not, maybe not the number one, but it's very appealing in terms of living, cost of living versus other countries. So this is one thing that I'm sure that foreigners, when they come, they think about that as well. So the cost of living, of course, it's important. Weather, it's very important because we have most of all year it's very sunny, right? Even in winter, and that's also very important. People love to need to have a lot of vitamin D to to survive. And then, but once they get here, I think it's the way that they live, the way that they live, the way that they interact with the Portuguese people. We are
That's a
we
big
are a
one.
country, yeah, we are a country that welcomes everyone, for the good or for the bad. But I think we welcome everyone, and
Yeah.
that brings us a lot of variety, even in terms of communication, cultural. I think that makes us one of the countries very easy to live with, because we have that it's inside us to be welcome to everyone, and I think that's one of the things that make people stay.
Mm.
Maybe they find it interesting, of course, now to have here to open a startup, to open a company,
Yeah.
all the benefits that they have. But at the end of the day, you are living here 24 hours of the day, right? So it's better to be a place where you like to be, where
Yeah,
you
for sure.
feel where you feel loved, where you have opportunities, where not only for your company but also for your family if you bring your family with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're seeing in Europe there is, a lot of backlash, a lot of dissatisfaction about immigration, about you see the rise of far right in certain places. Portugal is not an exception, but like this kind of immigration, I think people aren't against it. When you have someone that's coming and they want to be part of something, they want
Mhm.
to come and pay their taxes, they want to invest, they want to create jobs. I don't think this is something that people are against in Portugal.
No.
There's other layers to immigration problems, which this is not a political podcast, so we're not going to get into any of that. But
Of course, there are always advantages and disadvantages.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
in every country. But I think we also are a country that respects the immigrants a lot, because once a lot of our people were also immigrants in other
Well,
countries.
we are a mixture of things in Portugal, which is and yeah, we Portuguese lived everywhere. So it's interesting.